Do you think celebrities' marriages don't last? No, I don't think so. But I do know that some people, and that includes celebrities and non-celebrities, disregard the principles that govern marriage, which will not lead to difficulties in their marriages. My name is Sandra Ezeji Anyaele. I am your marriage foundation coach. I want to welcome all those that are new to this life-changing channel. And I want to also say to my returning subscribers, thank you. I do really appreciate you. In today's video, we are going to talk about two celebrity couples. Yes, Funke and JJC. And I've titled today's video, Funke and JJC are still married. I chose this title because a lot of people are thinking that they're already divorced. They are not divorced. We should not preempt what is in somebody's mind. We should not do that. It is not our duty. There is a difference between divorce and separation. There is a big difference between the two. And from what JJC said, we can all agree that they are just separated. He never mentioned that they are divorced. I would like to read exactly what JJC wrote on his Instagram handle. Dear friends and family, I need to let you know that Funke and I have been separated. While it lasted, we shared a lot of things together and have created two beautiful children. The last 2 years have been extremely difficult for us. I know I have tried my best to fix things, but I believe it is beyond repair now. 3 months ago, and at Funke's insistence, I moved out of the house. And apart from AMVCA, have not been able to get Funke to sit down in an amicable manner to discuss the future of our relationship. I'm making this announcement so that the public is clear that we are pursuing separate lives. We still have issues that need to be addressed, such as the custody of and well-being of our children, which is paramount, as well as business interests, which need to be disentangled. But I have no doubt that these will be resolved one way or the other. Mr. Abdul Bello. Yes, his name is Mr. Abdul Bello. JJC Skills is just his stage name. Let me put it that way. From what I've just read, you can agree with me that JJC never mentioned divorce in his statement. He never did that. He just said that both of them are separated. I want to clearly separate the two words. When a man is separated from the wife, or when a wife is separated from the husband, it just means that both of them are having issues in their marriage. And because they are having issues, they feel that being separated can give them opportunity or give them the time to think about it, process it, and think if they can come back together. Because sometimes they can be separated, then later, after maybe some friends, some advice here and there, they will still come back together. Some also, I must tell you, will now end up in divorce. But let us not talk about divorce when there is no divorce. That is the point I'm making. JJC has also, on the later part of his statement, said that he thinks that the issue will be resolved one way or another. It goes to show that there is still room for reconciliation. Now, on the part of couples that want to be separated, I want to clearly say that when a man and a woman is separated, that is, husband and wife are separated, two of them are still legally married. Yes, they are. You heard me right. Because a lot of time people confuse these things. A situation where a man will be separated from the wife, or a wife will be separated from the husband, each of them will now go and get married. It is wrong legally. Even biblically, it is also wrong. Single people should also be careful. It is not when a man tells you that I am separated from my wife, you will not ask questions. You will not, you will not want to find out whether they are just separated or whether they are legally divorced. You will not jump into the marriage because you are desperate. This video is primarily to educate our women and also to educate the single ones, because they are always falling prey to men who are separated. When a man is separated, it does not mean that the man is divorced. And a man cannot get married when he is still separated from the wife. It is wrong. It is not done. As a matter of fact, according to law, if you are separated, you do not have the rights to marry another wife. Funke and JJC, they are still legally married, and until they do their court processes and dissolve the marriage, none of them has the rights to marry another person. That's the truth. Now let us talk briefly about some of the things that could have caused this separation. Allegedly, it was said that Funke is accusing JJC of misappropriation of funds. He's using the money carelessly. He's spending their money recklessly. When people talk about abuse, because this is exactly another form of abuse, when people talk about abuse, there are some forms of abuse that they don't mention. Like in the case of what, like I said, allegedly, that was what she said, that JJC, misuses their funds. I said there because it is the family fund. This is a form of abuse known as financial abuse. Yes, it's another form of abuse. For me, when you misuse funds, family funds, I call it looting. You are looting family fund. Because a situation where you are spending money without my knowledge, the family fund without my knowledge, that is looting. You are looting the family fund. And you are not supposed to do that. As a family, as a couple, you are not supposed to misappropriate the family fund. You don't do that. Whatever you people want to do, both of you should be in agreement, especially when you people are running the same business, or when you people are running this one business. Like in the case of JJC and Funke, it could be said that they are in the same line of business. So obviously, the money comes in one pocket. I don't know how they do their money, but what I'm saying is, because Funke has allegedly said that JJC is, spending money recklessly. Now, another thing that, could also be the cause of their separation is the statement the stepson came out to make on social media even before this separation. I will also put it up there for you to listen to it.
Is your dad and Funke in good terms now? Guys, they're not really together. I'm telling you, they both cheated on each other. They both had a fight. My dad's practically living somewhere else. Like I don't even have no care for them no more. She's not the person she seems. She does the unthinkable.
On that note, I want to say that it is lack of boundary. Yes, it is your stepson. Yes, it is your son. I'm talking about JJC now. Yes, it is Funke's stepson. But they did not set the right boundaries. Because if they had set the right boundary, that young man does not have the right to talk about what happens in their family. Yes, let alone coming on social media. According to this young man, maybe when you listen to the video, you will attest to what I'm saying. He said that he knew because the father told him.
They don't sleep in the same room. They haven't been sleeping in the same room for 2 years. Funke does whatever she wants. She goes out, she hangs out with niggas, and I know, because my dad told me he wanted to go investigate, found out she was cheating.
And it also shows that the father will now carry the family affair and be discussing with his son. And that's wrong. Lack of proper boundary, it creates problems in marriages. You have to set the right boundaries. Then, apart from the boundaries again, another thing we were looking at is the foundation. You know that JJC has children from, his previous relationship. He has children. Who knows whether when they were starting out, whether they discussed, that JJC and Funke, whether they discussed that their children will come and live with them. Who knows? We don't know what they discussed. Now, if they discuss that the children, all of them or any of them will come and live with them, I don't think it will be a problem, that young man living with them. What if they did not discuss that? And now, JJC brought the son to live with them. Maybe it's against Funke's wish. Now, Funke has not come out to say anything. We don't even know her pain. But that does not mean that we should ignore her pain. If she is hurting, we should not ignore that. A lot of people too on social media are blaming her. Some people are also blaming JJC. To quote them, some are saying that why will you marry a woman who is richer than you? But I want to tell you, my darling, if you are in a relationship, especially marriage relationship, both of you are one. And because both of you are one, whatever belongs to you belongs to me. That is how it should be. But I don't know what is happening right now. We should not apportion blame because we have not heard from the other person. If we say that marrying a richer woman or a woman that is well-to-do or a woman that is, up there in her career is bad, then what do you say about women who are not doing anything? What do you say about women who are dependent solely on their husband? Why are we contradicting issues? Or is it a gender thing? Or is it because it is the woman this time around? Now, another thing that could be the problem is personality difference. When you know who you are, you will know who you will do life with. It's as simple as that. When you know your personality, it will help you to know your strengths and it will help you to know your weaknesses. When you are still in courtship, it is the right time to talk about these things. Granted, sometimes people change. Then when that happens, what it means is that you go back to the drawing board. When that happens, it means that whatever you people have discussed, maybe you will go and watch and check my video on stages in marriage. One of the things to look at though, when you are considering the stages in your marriage is, where are we now? If we are on the first stage and now you are getting to the second stage, you ask yourself, what did we do in the first stage that we have to carry over to the second stage? Then what did we do in the first stage that did not work for us? Then you discard that. You don't carry it over to the second stage. That is how it works. Now, if you know that there are things that are your deal breakers, it is still at that time when you people are still cutting that you talk about it. So that if you know you cannot deal with it, you take a walk. I don't know why we find it difficult to do some things when we are still dating. When we now come into marriage, we think that these things will change overnight. It does not work like that. Maybe they did not look at their personalities. Maybe, just maybe, you are supposed to talk about your personalities. You are supposed to know your deal breakers. You are supposed to know the things that you will take and the things that you will not take, because it will help you in your marriage. It is not when you are married, you will not start condemning each other. You will not start frowning at what each other is doing. Meanwhile, you saw these things when people were dating and you closed your eyes to it. That's it. Now, stages in marriage could also be a problem in their marriage because they have been just married for 7 years. Yes. It could be that, the stages they are into, they don't really understand it. Because I'm thinking, because of the stage they are into, because this is the second stage in their marriage and it is the realization stage, I implore you to go watch that video because it will help you. So you should be able to adapt when some of these things happen. And again, what will help you to adapt easily is if you seek the services of a coach or a counselor. You don't do it all by yourself. Like Funke and JJC, they're in the entertainment industry. There are people they look up to in that industry. Now, are you telling me that there are no times they had challenges? When they had challenges, what did? They ran back to the people they look up to. They complained to them. They told them, look at what I'm experiencing. Is that how it is? They will not advise them. They will not put them through. They will not tell them, don't worry, that is how it is. You are just starting. By the time you reach so and so, everything will normalize. That is the same thing with marriage. You do not do marriage all by yourself. You ask questions. You read books. You attend seminars. Now that they are separated, what can they do? I employ them to seek the services of a coach. Let them go for therapy. Let them look inwards. What are the things that your spouse is complaining about? Is this something you can work on? You have to try to salvage your marriage. It is not any little thing you say you want to live. No, it's not like that. If all of us live like that, then there won't be anything like marriage. Then the people coming after us, how do you think they will go into marriage? They will be scared. In fact, they're already scared. So what do? We have to try as much as possible to salvage the situation. If there are things we think we can, adjust in order to blend into the system, let us please do that. Then, if there are things that we know that we have been doing and our spouse is complaining, please let us also try to see if we can adjust it. It is not a gender thing. Marriage is never a walk in the park. You have to put in the work. Yes, and there's allegedly another issue of, infidelity. As a matter of fact, both of them, this is assumption, the stepson also said that both of them cheated on each other. If truly both of them cheated on each other, then both of them should forgive each other. That is my take on that. Yes, the man should not say because it is a woman. The woman should not say because it is. No, both of them should learn to forgive each other. Both of them should come together and, come to a compromise and say, this is what we are doing wrongly. Now we want to make it right for the purposes of those children. So far, what I am seeing, there is nothing so serious that cannot be salvaged in their marriage. Yes, there is none. Except there is something they are not telling us. But like I always say, when things like this happen, it is the learning points. So remember, I said Funke and JJC are still legally married according to law. So if you are there thinking that because they are separated, that they are divorced, no, not at all. You are wrong because they are not. Then if you're a single girl thinking that because JJC now stated that they are separated, that if JJC just opens mouth and say, hello, you follow him, thinking that he will marry you. No, JJC is still married. And please, do not be blaming women. Nobody should be blaming anybody. Because when there is issue in marriage, both of them, as a coach, what I do is when my clients, when they tell me what the problem is, I will ask the wife, I will ask the husband. I will not take the information I've gotten from the wife alone to judge the husband. And I will not judge the husband in absentia. The only thing I can do as a coach is to tell the wife what she should be doing in order to make sure that her marriage works. My job is not to condemn the man because the man is not there. I don't have all the details. So I am not in the right position to judge anybody. That is how it should be. So our online in-laws, be careful on what you say on the internet. Be careful on the information you display because eyes are watching, ears are listening, so that we don't, tell the people coming after us the wrong thing. We need to advise them properly so that they will enter into this beautiful institution with their eyes wide open. What we should be telling them is what they need to do right. Now, to anyone listening to this video, I want to advise you on 2 basic principles that will help your marriage. The first one is, as a man, as a husband, learn to love your wife just as you love yourself. That is a basic principle. Then, as a wife, learn to respect to your husband. When you love your wife as yourself, do you know what that does? It helps you to overlook certain things. Those things that you know that they will do to you and it will hurt you and it will pepper you, you wouldn't do it to your wife. And as a wife, if you know those things that you need to do, and that will mean that you respect and you submit to your husband, and your husband will be happy. Please do not do them. Do those things that will massage the ego of your husband. That is what I can tell you. Because if we apply these two principles, because these are the principles that guide marriages, and when we overlook these two principles, marriages will continue to be in disarray. That is just the simple truth. So it is under these two principles that every other thing falls into. That is the truth, and that is the message I am passing across to you. If this video has made sense to you, please give it a thumbs up, and until I come your way next time, keep sharing this video, keep liking this video, keep commenting, keep subscribing. I love you so very much, and I'll see you in my next video.